Well, hello, friends. It is Jennifer's Spotlight Stream, and here I am today with an electrician. Everybody's always looking for an electrician, and this is Greg Gray, and you can always find him through G Gray Electric, and he has his telephone number there. Welcome, Greg. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Well, thanks for signing on. I know you were busy doing a job right now, but it's really important that people can get to know somebody who is electrician so they actually have somebody that they could call and know they're actually going to get the work done. So, first of all, why don't you just tell me, like, what territory do you cover?
I cover most of Connecticut. I would say from Greenwich. I'm based in Hamden, Connecticut, but I would say from
Okay.
Greenwich up to like Enfield, and
Okay.
then out as wide as like Holland, and I try to stop at like East Lyme because I
Perfect.
don't know. Going over the bridge just seems like another world over there.
It's a whole
And
nother world. I'm a
then,
realtor.
then the commute
It's a
time
whole
as
nother
well.
world.
Uh, yeah, and the commute time, my pricing won't be competitive at that point. If I'm charging for the commute going
Yeah,
underneath.
right. So that's great then. So anybody listening, you've kind of heard his whole triangle of what he covers. And what we'd like to do is to really electrical is scary, and some people, of course, think they can handle it. But what I'd really like to talk about, which is really important, and I deal with this in a lot of homes, which is smoke detectors. Do you want to talk about that? I mean, because you can get them either battery operated or you can actually get them hardwired. So, do you want to just sort of charm in on that a little bit?
Yeah, so smoke detectors are required in all bedrooms.
Right?
And on each level of a home, you should have a carbon monoxide and smoke detector combo. They can either be separate, but most times there are combinations, meaning it would do smoke and CO. Because if like you left the car running in an attached garage, the CO detect it would detect the carbon monoxide and alert you that the
Right.
home is up with carbon monoxide, which is a silent killer. So then you would know to exit the home. But smoke detectors and CO detectors are only rated for 10 years. So any smoke detector in your home, if it's like a yellow, ivory, anything but white, it's probably over 10 years. And also all the new ones have a sticker where you write in the installation date.
Okay. I'm just going to cut you off for 1 minute here because I think it's very important. Anybody listening, and as a realtor, I see this all the time. You have these beautiful, already redone homes, right? Walls are pretty, everything else. But then you got this butt ugly, and as you just said, yellow or ivory. That means it's old, folks. So basically, get yourself a white one. Get meaning you're going to update yourself, and then you could go further if you want because you hardwire them, right?
Correct. And with the hardwire, it would have a battery backup so the house didn't have power. The battery would work. You don't have to worry about it not working because the house, as long as electricity is on, the smoke detector is going to have power
Right.
and to keep you and your family safe.
Right. So keeping families safe, I'm going to talk about something else, which is which they call GFI plugs.
Yeah,
So a lot of people think that they can just sort of do this stuff themselves. They can just kind of go to the local store, hardware store, and pick up a little. What do you even call them? What the?
it's GFCI, which stands for Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter.
Yep.
They're they're to be installed anywhere near water, so bathroom, kitchens, outside plugs, and unfinished basements.
Right.
Um,
And don't you see a lot, like even like outdoor ones that aren't ground faulted? They're not.
correct,
They don't have the
correct,
right ones.
correct. And the point of the ground fault circuit interrupters is to protect personnel, meaning you and your family,
Yep.
so that like back in the olden days where upset woman would throw the radio or something in the tub that the man was in, he'd get electrocuted. But the point of the ground fault circuit interrupter is if something touches water, it's monitoring the power going through the circuit. And as soon as it detects, if it's sent out 4 amps, it should receive back 4 amps. And if it detects it's like 0.05 milliamps off, it would immediately trip much faster than a breaker, which is going to keep everyone safe.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about the kids plugging something in and dropping it in the tub or the sink, the
Right.
kitchen sink. Outside of they, playing with the water hose and he plugged something in and dropped it in like a cell phone or something. It protects everyone.
Yeah, that's it's a really great point there, because some people think they don't need to put it there, or it's no big deal, or the bathroom, was up to code when they did it years ago, or their kitchen's up to code years ago. But it's really important, and it's about the safety of everyone living in the home, So
Correct. And also garages need GFCI protection because you can plug in like outside yard equipment and run an extension cord out, but then someone's washing the car and the cord
right.
is sitting in a puddle of water, but you're using, the leaf blower or whatever on the other side of the yard. You don't know what's in
Right.
water. And
No.
you don't want to get
That's
you would want
That's
the
a
circuit.
real interesting point. Yeah, because I'm just thinking about the plug that we use, and I don't think that is ground fault. I have to look at that one. I know my exterior ones are, but I think the one in the garage. But let's stay outside with stuff for the garage, because there's this new fad going on, or not a fad, but regarding charging cars. So a car doesn't run. Some cars don't run unless they have a charge. So can you install them? So like if I was to buy like a new Tesla, I mean, would you be able to help me out and install that? I mean, how does that all work?
Yes, I'd be able to install an EV charger, and
Is that
it's
what it's called?
yes, electric vehicle charger. So
Okay.
Tesla
Yep.
has like their own version, and then there's other brands as well. So like Hyundai or Ford doesn't have per se a charger like Tesla does, but they have brands like ChargePoint. And there's quite a few companies that make chargers that can be installed for any brand of vehicle.
Right.
Um, and in fact, EverSource and UI are both offering $1,000 rebates
Oh,
if
really?
you have to have a E1, which is an electrical contractor electrician, install the EV charger. They'll give you $500 towards the wiring upgrade, and then $500 for the charger. So like the charger might be $600, but they'll give you $500 back for it. And
Right.
they incentivize you with that, and they also give you a credit of like $10 a month. But you have to opt into only charging the car during the summertime, which is like May 1st to November, or it's no May 1st and September, end of September. The car would only charge on the schedule at 9 p.m. overnight, basically. So if you plug it in at 3, it won't actually charge. The charger
Right.
wouldn't start charging until 9 p.m. And
So
that's just
in
to
the
help
evening.
bring down the demand on the electrical grid with everybody
Right.
running ACs, electric stoves cooking dinner, and everything like that, using the poles. And it's just to help bring down the demand, because at night you can turn the air conditioning down because the sun's not out blazing anymore, and charge the car overnight, which is actually even more effective on like trickle charging the car versus just surging it.
Right, right. That's really cool. And I just want to bring up something to all my listeners right now. Okay. When you have somebody come in your home, you need to make sure you hire an expertise. You need to make sure that you're hiring somebody that is knowledgeable about what they're doing. And if you listen to what Greg is talking about here, I mean, that's a fine example. I mean, he doesn't know what questions. I mean, he's not into all this social media stuff that I do. So this is a great surprise for poor Greg. But, he didn't know I was going to ask him about, the EV chargers. And this is where listen to his knowledge that he's talking about it all. So, you just want to make sure, I mean, because he's talking about rebates and all this stuff. I mean, he knows all this stuff. All right, let's, what else are we going to talk about? Want to talk about,
One more thing before we switch topics. You also want to always make sure you hire a licensed person, and make sure they also have insurance, because if electricity is dangerous, and if someone that may be cheaper can try to install something and then not do it correctly, and it could potentially start a fire and burn down
right,
half the house, possibly
right,
kill someone. But
right,
then if they have no insurance, their homeowner's insurance is going to deny the claim because you didn't have a licensed person do it. And then the person that you had do it probably doesn't have business insurance to cover the work that they did.
Right.
So then you're just kind of butt out.
Yeah, so that's so important because there's so many people kind of fly by nights that really don't have the insurance. I mean, they just or they don't have the actual company, and that's where G Gray Electric is all real. I mean, this is a company, and you have the insurance, you have all these things that someone should make sure they're checking with any contractor, no matter if it's a hammer nail guy or whoever it is, before they come into your property. So good point on that. Okay, but let's move on to generators. What can you tell me about a generator besides, thank goodness, knock on everything here, I live by the shore, so I'm kind of lucky in some ways that I don't need a generator. But the rest of the state, for the most part, if you're not, you have to really seriously think about a generator. And so, what's the story about, like, if the power goes off, that all of a sudden, like, the generator kicks on? Is there something that, like, do you hook it up so then somebody can just kind of push a button, or does it automatically come on?
Well, there's two different types of generator hookups that you can do. There's one that's called a whole house standby generator, which means it has an automatic transfer switch. It basically monitors power coming in from the utility, and then as soon as it detects that the power is no longer there, it immediately switches the generator on and transfers over the generator power all within 90 seconds.
Wow.
So then you're never without power. The cheaper alternative would be to install you can install a generator inlet plug, where you have to manually go to the panel. Again, you should have a licensed electrician install this and turn off basically the main breaker, turn on the generator breaker, and then you'd have to weld the portable generator outside the garage, outside the house, and plug it in and start it, and that would feed power in the house, and you can use that to, like, get the well going, keep the furnace going so you're warm, but you may not be able to power everything in the house, such as like an electric stove, central air, things like that, but you can get the basics, keep them going, so that you're not just kind of butt out and sitting in a house with no running water or anything.
So to do the last one you're talking about, is this why you see before a storm or something, you see all these people at the gas stations filling up their little portable things? Because are they actually operating on gas?
Yes. So the portable generator is either by gasoline, or you can do it by propane.
Yeah.
The whole house generator would be with the automatic transfer. It needs either natural gas or a propane tank hooked up to it.
Okay.
And those tanks are, when you have the propane people come on and fill, those tanks are a lot bigger, so it will last longer. You can hook up to like a portable generator to a same propane tank you would hook up to a gas grill, but that tank's a lot smaller, so it's not going to last you nearly as long. And that's another reason with the drastic difference in pricing, because like the cost of the generator started at like $5,000-$6,000 just for the generator itself. That's not any installation or anything else. But a portable generator can start at like $500.
Right. But then it comes down to,
power.
Right. I mean, so it goes out, it's 11 o'clock at night, and it's windy. Say it's a hurricane type of thing. It's windy, it's wet, it's cold, or it's winter, and you're out there maneuvering this lovely, I don't know, I definitely would love to have the generator that boom. And so any house that I go to that has the quick boom, it just kind of pops back on again. That's like heavenly. That's,
yes,
but I never knew that needed to be hooked up to propane.
Propane or natural gas needs it needs the constant fuel. Like you can't put gasoline in a whole house generator.
No. Okay.
It also, because it monitors when the power it'll know when the power comes back on. So then it would turn off the generator and switch back to utility power once power is restored.
Right. Yeah, that's just it's something years ago nobody would even think about, but now it's something people do need to think about, because there are sometimes that with some of our storms and trees. I mean, I know they've been doing great tree work of getting rid of trees so they're not falling on our lines and stuff. But when that power goes out, it is not a pretty thing. So that's pretty cool. Anything else that you can think of that you'd like to share?
A lot of people don't know, but electricians, we also do um, low voltage work, which is like Cat 6 lines. So since COVID, a lot of people are having home offices and they're wanting Cat 6 data lines ran from the modem to the home office, so they're not relying on Wi-Fi. Electrician can do that. We can also been putting in a lot of video, like Ring doorbells and things,
Okay.
as well as like the Ring security cameras, floodlights, and G Gray Electric. We also do commercial, so we can do anything from the fire alarm in a building to the security system of a commercial building, a school, a restaurant, anything electrical related, we can help.
That's well, I know you cover a great territory and that you've been doing this for a while and you kind of got it all down pat. And I'm so excited that I've been able to meet with you and go through all this. I know it's been quite of a surprise attack because sometimes I don't let people know that we're going live. And just so you know, we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook right now as we speak. So I didn't tell you what we were doing.
No, I thought we were doing
No, we're just gonna have a
like a
conversation.
Zoom call. Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing.
That's
So
all
this is
part
a
of me
Zoom
being a
call.
tricker.
That's also why I'm in my truck right now.
Yeah, no, that's all
Between-
good. Hey, so before I end, okay, what I'd like to do is ask you some quick questions. I think they're kind of fun and simple. So they're just kind of rapid fire questions. So it's like one or the other. So one, do you prefer texting or talking?
I prefer texting because it kind of gives you a chance to communicate with people and pause and then go back to it.
Perfect. Do you have, if you had to pick one day of the week as being your favorite, what is your favorite day of the week?
I would say Sunday. I try to make Sunday family day and enjoy spending time with my wife and my 2 sons now.
See, now anybody listening, and you hear that? He's a family guy. That's awesome. It's really cool because a lot of the people that I've interviewed, they pick Sunday. So I ask the same questions because I kind of like that. But it's the same thing, family day. Now me, I get to do open houses. So it's, Sunday usually is not my favorite.
We
But it's a
do
great
emergency
day to,
call, so
yeah.
I do get people that need work done on Sundays. So
Yeah.
sometimes I do have to peel away from that. But I try to dedicate Sunday to family.
Yeah,
But I
that's
understand
really
that open
awesome.
houses, that's another reason most people are off, and that's when people have the time to come see those houses.
That's when you got to do them. That's when you got to work. Okay, let me talk about your driving skills. So, on a scale to 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
I would say 9.5.
There we go. See, I like that. That's good. That's me. I'm a 10 plus. All right, fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is
Fun.
There you go.
It's fun.
Well, one person I interviewed didn't have anything to say. I go, okay, I'll move on.
I was torn between awesome and fun, and I was like, which one makes more sense?
Yeah, they're both good.
But I was
No,
fun. She
she's
has lots
quite
of energy.
yes, she does. Oh, yeah, she does. Okay, here's another one. Cake or pie?
Pie.
There you go. Okay, say a word in Spanish.
Uno.
Uno, there you go. I haven't heard that one. That was good. Here's one. Is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
No.
Oh, I always double dip. I'm only kidding, but I always say that.
You at least got to flip it, I guess, if you're going to do it.
Yeah,
Hold it in
right.
the middle, dip one in, and then flip it over to the other
Yeah,
side.
flip it over. Or give that one the flip. Okay. Did you ever go to a sleepaway camp?
Yes, I did. In
Cool.
nature's classroom in like the 6th grade.
Wow, very
Uh,
cool.
I don't even remember where it was, but
No, but it's always fun to like get the brain going on like because these are very random as you can tell. Last one. Say good day, mate, in an Australian accent.
that was tough. Good day, mate.
There you go. I can't thank you enough, Greg. I know this is a little bit out of your element, but where you're not out of your element is when you're actually got your hands looking in the electrical box and making sure that you are keeping people safe. So I can't thank you enough for today of the time. And please, if you can see right there, that's his information. Okay. It's G Gray Electric, and his telephone number is right there of the 203-833-1303. So I'm going to sign off unless you have something else to add.
My last thing would be we also do a lot of electrical upgrades to 200 amps because in order to get those EV chargers and stuff, 100 amps or 60 amp services, which are in a lot of the older homes, isn't big enough to support
Right.
the additional power. So we do that, and then even we've been doing a lot of multifamilies. A lot
Oh,
of people have some multifamily, so you have the multi-meter banks.
Yes.
Biggest we just completed a project. It was a 10 gang meter bank to feed 9 apartments within this building.
Wow. Wow.
In Hartford, and since COVID, it's been to get those meter banks. They're kind of on back order. I think it took a year for us to get that order in.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I had a house that very important to make sure that your tenants really are on their separate meters. It just makes life so much easier when everybody's on a different meter. But that's a really good point because even, as a realtor showing properties, when you look in the electrical box and you see there's either fuses, some people might not even know what a fuse is anymore, but I still see them. But then, if you're trying to like bring all this power of like charging a car, you definitely need to have more ampage for sure. So that was a good tidbit. That was good. Anything else you want to share? Do you have a website or anything right now? Or
Yes, my website is grayelectricllc.net.
Oh, hold on. It's Gray Electric
LLC.
LLC.
Yep. .net.
.net. Okay. Okay. So I just put that in the comments. So anybody should be able to click on that. And please follow him and on any of his social media and anything. But it's always important to know really a good electrician. And I'm going to say one other thing, which is he's very good at returning calls. He's very good at follow-up. And anybody you're trying to work with, you do want to work with a professional. And I'm so excited that I have Greg now in my life. That's a good thing.
Yes. And also we have over 100 5-star rating on Google. So you can just Google.
Hear that, everybody? Woo-hoo-hoo.
You can see some of those good reviews.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, everybody, have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. And till next time, Jennifer Spotlight Stream, you never know who it will be. Talk soon.